Alright. It's a Sunday. No, it's Monday. Sorry. Keep thinking about how the days have been passing by so fast. I thought today was Sunday, but it's Monday. Um, Literally just pulled out the phone just to talk because I just feel like I want to let out my thoughts out there as I continue this journey on my social media and Instagram, YouTube. I don't really post on TikTok as much anymore. But I feel like the days have been going by so fast. They've been just flying by because I feel like when you get older, you have more like repetitive things going on during your life, and everything kind of seems established when you go older. Because when you get older, it doesn't seem like you can have much to change. And so it's like once you start, like when you're a kid, it's like there's so many new things. Every single week, every single year, you move up a grade, you go to, back to school and all this stuff, college, and you go to college and you have a new university, you have a dorm room. It's like, but once you start to get in the real world of like work, and maybe you have kids, or maybe you have a set schedule now, you buy a house and you kind of, establish your life a little bit more, you start to be in this routine, this repetitive routine, and that gets you going on for years and years and years, and things seem like they're going by so fast, right? And I feel like I've been doing that early on in my life as I move out of school and I just work full-time at Burger King, and I'm posting online on social media. I'm fitness coaching a couple clients. I feel like I've already gotten a taste of it, and I don't necessarily enjoy it. I'll be honest, I don't enjoy it. I want the freedom, and I will have the freedom. I will have my own goals that I want to go after, and not just helping someone else build their goals. As you can see, I've been working here for a couple years, and I'm constantly trying to be conscious of the subconscious thoughts, because if you don't if you don't take over or take captive of your subconscious mind, all those things that you think about, it's a weird quote. It's like, if you don't take over your subconscious mind, everything that you think about it will rule over you, and you will call it fate. I forgot who said that. Maybe Carl Jung, I believe he said that. Could be wrong. But I've been trying to become conscious every single day at work. Like, okay, because people, they get caught in the subconscious, and they repeat that over years and years and years to come, and it's like they don't even realize until years pass. And so I'm like trying to become conscious in the littlest thing, like, okay, what hand am I going to use to grab the cup? What hand am I going to use to grab the spoon? What foot am I placing in front of me when I walk this way? When I go grab something in the back, am I just going in the same motion of going the same clockwise around the storage, or am I going counterclockwise? Little things like that. I'm trying to become just conscious of my everyday actions. I want to become conscious. If I don't take over my subconscious mind, it will rule over me, and I will call it fate. It was like, oh, it's meant to be, Oh, I'm meant to become just a fast food worker. I'm meant to be a cashier. I'm meant to be a cook my whole life. I'm meant to be a chef. Now, if it's something that you're passionate about, awesome. But most likely, it's not something you're passionate about where you're stuck at right now. And so, every single day, if you could just add up those, what I'm currently doing, at least, I'm not some type of coach or anything like life coach, just fitness coaching. But if you can teach your mind to just be conscious of every single decision you're making, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Or how am I doing this, right? When you're at work, there's not really a why am I doing this? You have to do it anyway. But when you're at work, you can be like, okay, how am I doing this? What am I doing? Like, am I usually, having a tab in the background with music in the background? Did I notice I did that? Did I, am I grabbing my computer this way instead of this way? Like just little thing. It sounds so silly. It sounds silly when you think about it. But there's people who will repeat the same years over and over again without even realizing, and then have like a midlife crisis because it's like, oh, where did the time go, right? What I want to do is I want to be conscious so that I can be able to be aware of where my time is going, where my energy is going, you know, making sure that I'm doing things because I think it's the best way to do it, not because of, oh, I inherited it from like my parents or, you know, someone else. Obviously, if they're smarter than me in a certain field, that's different, but usually they're not. Like my manager, she does things a certain way, and I'm like, why do we do that? And she's like, oh, it's just how they taught us. Okay, but why? There's literally a better way I can think of right now, how we can do this, of how we could bag the food, how we can you know, work as a team, instead of just looking at the cooks. Just because you're a GM, you don't have to look at them, stare them down literally under the heat sheet, just because you're a cook or a GM, sorry, and you just tell them what to do. Like, that's not teamwork. That's not teamwork. That's just you bossing them around because you have a title. And so whenever she calls me into work, it's like I don't always give in. It's like, okay, do I really want to go into work, or do I have other things to do and I'm just going into work because of fear of being fired? So I don't always say yes. You know, when I have the chance to, then sure. And when I've done all my things, my personal things, sure. But when I make decisions, I always think of, why am I doing this? How am I doing this? What am I doing? And what purpose? And people don't want to think that because they just want to go through the motion. They just want to get through the day. They just want to get through the hour. They just want to clock out and then just go home and just like think about, oh, I'm going to change my life. And then they repeat the same thing over and over again every single day. And it's like the same emotions, the same feelings, the same circumstances, same people, same conversations. And they repeat that over and over and over again. And then they keep having the same thoughts, same circumstances, same routine. And they don't change anything, and they expect something to change in their life when they're not changing, when they're not taking over their subconscious mind. Because the subconscious mind runs everyone. It runs everyone. It's the most powerful force on earth, I would say. Right? Along with like momentum and stuff. You get the point. If you don't take it over, if you don't take it captive, it will rule over you, and you will call it fate.